Greetings to all. So as we have discussed a lot of remedies yesterday also and today also we have seen a lot of remedies. So in this session, I'm not going to discuss a particular remedy, but we will talk about the Lakshmi Tattva element, Lakshmi element. Okay. So in order to understand this Lakshmi element, we have to consider two other factors also. Saraswati Tattva and Durga Tattva or Parvati Tattva with Lakshmi Tattva. Okay, so we call it Tridevi. Like we have Tridev, same like this, we have Tridevi concept here. Okay, so we will see like how these Tridevi things are operating in our horoscope and how they act. And then we will discuss about the remedies. Because the thing is, it's mentioned in our scripture, even if you decode the Sri Sukta, there Lakshmi is saying, like if you want to take full benefits of Lakshmi element, you have to include two other elements, Saraswati and Durga. Okay, so without these two other elements, Lakshmi will not perform. Like we have uh, Rajas, Tamas, these three, Rajas, Tamas, and Sattva, Sattvic. Like this, we have these three, Saraswati, Lakshmi, and Parvati. Okay, so we will see, and then I will give very simple technique of Saptavarga. Okay, so like we have a limitation of time, so maybe I'm not going to elaborate in very detailed manner, but you can understand it very easily and you can apply all these simple techniques in your chart. So the first element is Saraswati. Saraswati is a goddess of learning, art, and cultural fulfillment. She symbolizes universal intelligence, consciousness, and knowledge. She is often seen playing a musical instrument and riding on a white swan. Okay. Hindu may worship Saraswati in order to seek her aid with their studies to their musical skills. She is worshipped at the festival of Saraswati Puja. Okay. So Saraswati is basically an element of knowledge. Okay, who sustain the knowledge, who carry forward the knowledge. We can think like Saraswati as a gene or a DNA, which holds the information from one level to the next level. Okay. Second is Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the goddess of good fortune and wealth. Okay, and she is the wife of Vishnu. She is said to be his strength. Okay, she is shown either standing or sitting in a lotus flower, or sometimes we can see Lakshmi sitting like beside the legs of Vishnu. For Hindus, the lotus represents spirituality, self-understanding, and success. Lakshmi is shown with the four hands, which represent the four goals of Hindu's life. Okay, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So in these four aspects, Lakshmi Tattva is there. Okay, for dharma, a good conduct. Kama we call as a desire. Kama means a desire. Okay, kamana, desire. Artha, earning money. Artha means basically economy, or we call it as a earning source and all these things. Moksha, liberation from the birth and death. Okay, so this tattva is Lakshmi. Lakshmi, in complete sense, we can call it like in horoscope, ninth house, good fortune, wealth, luck. Okay, if you see the Lakshmi, there are 8 forms of Lakshmi. We call it Ashta Lakshmi. Okay, there you can see Bhagya Lakshmi. Okay, Dhana Lakshmi. Like this, we have 8 forms of Lakshmi. So the manifestation of all these 8 forms of Lakshmi in our horoscope we can see. Okay, so today, see, like we know, Kendra and Trikon. Vishnu Sthan and Lakshmi Sthan. Okay, this is another concept. So what we are going to discuss today is the 159, but in terms of Tridevi. Okay, so this Lakshmi element you can see in the ninth house, and that Saraswati element you can see in 5th house. Okay, now the third element, that is Parvati or Durga. Parvati is the wife of Lord Shiva. She is depicted as seated high in the Himalayas by Shiva side. Parvati represents the continuity of life. Okay, she is the mother of Lord Ganesha. We call it Vignaharta, who is the god of good fortune and intelligence, and Kartikeya, who is the commander of the divine army of Devas or the male deities. Okay, Parvati is a form of Brahma, also known as the Shakti. The name Shakti refers to the power that continually brings the universe into the existence. Therefore, this power is thought as a feminine. Shiva and Shakti rely on each other. Okay, without Shakti, Shiva can't perform. In Saundarya, first shloka describes itself that without Shakti, Shiva can't do anything. Okay, so Shakti is a manifestation of energy for Lord Shiva. Okay, neither one can fully exist without the other. Okay, they are twin features of the one Brahman. Okay, so this Parvati or Durga you can take as a first house lagna. Okay, so the creation part, that manifestation part, starts from this element, is Durga, Parvati. Okay, and the prosperity, the evolution part, all these things comes under the Lakshmi. Okay, so in between these, there's a third element, Saraswati, who contains the knowledge, who contains the information that is required for the the transformation from one form to another. Okay, so for transformation, we need the information. Okay, like how this will work, I will explain. So basically, we call it 3 laws of nature. Okay, the first is Parvati, law of creation, Lakshmi, law of evolution, and Saraswati, the law of maintenance. So first is Parvati, and last one is the Lakshmi. Saraswati comes in between these. Okay, the law of maintenance. Okay, in order to move to the next level or in the process of transformation, we need maintenance also. Okay, we have to maintain the previous state, then only we can move to the next state. Okay, so this maintenance part, preserving the previous state, or we can call it like a previous karma. Okay, 5th house, previous karma or the previous knowledge. All the things which we think in the form of knowledge, that all comes under the Saraswati element in law of maintenance. Okay, and then final outcome is law, this Lakshmi part, evolution. What is the purpose of our life? To gain the enlightenment. So that enlightenment is the final thing. So in order to reach the enlightenment, we have to evolve ourselves. So that evolution things comes under the Lakshmi. Lakshmi is not only money. Okay, so whenever we pray on the Diwali day, it's not only about the money. It's about the evolution. It's about the growth. Okay, so that evolution comes only when you incorporate these 2 other elements. Okay, creation and maintenance. Then only Lakshmi performs. Okay. So these three things are required for us. So law of creation, the law of maintenance, and the law of evolution. Something is created, it is maintained, and while it is maintained, it evolves. Now we have to understand very important thing here. Maintenance part, Saraswati is very important. Without Saraswati, Lakshmi can't perform. Because evolution only takes place when you maintain the previous state. Okay, so it evolves and reaches the height of evolution, then dissolve. Then again, Parvati's role comes into play. This cycle will continue. Cycle of creation, maintenance, evolution, and dissolution. This fourth part, dissolving things, comes under the Parvati and Lord Shiva area. Okay. So now we are discussing about these three elements: creation, maintenance, and the evolution thing. Okay, so we can see this in our chart also. Neeraj, are you there? I think it's not.
यस भैया मैं हूँ.
वो एनोकेट कर सकते हैं ना उसको, कोई भी चार्ट आपके पास है कि मैं शेयर करूँ?
कौन सा चार्ट?
मैं शेयर करता हूँ, कोई बात.
आप कीजिए शेयर, मैं एनोटेट कर दूंगा.
चार्ट शो हो रहा है?
हाँ भैया हो रहा है.
So we will see this three concept of creation, maintenance, and this third part, Lakshmi part, in this chart. Suppose like we are discussing about money and career and all these things. So let's see a 10th house. Okay. So this 10th house, if you consider as a lagna, or if you consider 10th house is a form of creation. Okay, for what we need from 10th house. 10th house, in this 10th house, the energy of Durga will act. Okay, the law of creation. The Durga element will perform in 10th house. Okay, so when this element is performing here, so the next Saraswati element you can expect in second house. Okay, second house from the 10th house is a Saraswati element. Okay, that the element which contains that knowledge part. Okay, knowledge required for the evolution of 10th house. Okay, so if you want to evolve your 10th house related matters, your professional aspect, all these things, without the Saraswati part, you can't reach to the final state of Lakshmi that is in your 6th house. Okay, so for 10th house, the manifestation of Lakshmi you can see in your 6th house. Okay, so in order to reach this 10th and 6th, from 10th to 6th, we need the support of Saraswati. So this is a hidden element. We only think about the 10th and the 6th and 11th, but we forget this Saraswati element. Okay, so when you have that Saraswati element, that knowledge part, okay, how to speak, okay, how to behave, support of your family, all these things, what you get. 6th house is a Roga, Rana, Shatru, Ripu, Shadripus, all these things. So from 10th house, the manifestation of energy of Lakshmi, all these things you can see in your 6th house. This is a Bhagya of your 10th house. Lakshmi is a Bhagya, na? 9th house thing. So all that manifestation you can see in your 6th house. So you can apply this same principle in every house. If you take Lagna, Lagna is you. Okay. So your creation starts from the element of Durga. Okay. And now you want to reach to 9th house, that Bhagya thing, that happiness. But you need the that second element, Saraswati element, which comes from the 5th house, intelligence, the knowledge part. So you can apply the same thing from every house. Now, if we talk about the remedies, very basic principle which every Veda, if you take Rig Veda, Samved, Yajurved, or Atharved, any 4 Vedas, they have given us a basic principle. They have 3 things: Rishi, Devata, Chandas. Okay, all mantras governed by these 3 elements: Rishi, Devata, and Chandas. What are these 3 elements? These 3 elements are same. Either you talk in terms of Rajas, Tamas, and Sattva, or if you talk in terms of Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma, or in terms of these three Devi. So what Veda is saying, whenever you want to achieve anything now, so you need the knowledge first. Okay, then only you can achieve something. Again, they are talking about these three things. Okay, knower, knowledge, and the process of knowing. So all these things means the Durga, the Saraswati, and the final outcome is Lakshmi. So my point is, whenever you do any remedy related to the Lakshmi, so you need a basic element of Saraswati also, knowledge, the understanding of how to perform this remedy. Okay, the understanding about the basic principles of these remedies. If you incorporate these knowledge part, the Saraswati part, then you can see that manifestation in your Lakshmi area. If you use only Durga and Lakshmi, if you forget about the Saraswati part, then Lakshmi will not manifest. Okay, so that's why the ritualistic part, which is mentioned in our Vedas, like Akshay Sharma is mentioned very beautifully in Sri Sukta. Here mentioned some rituals and some mantras which we should chant before the beginning of Sri Sukta. Those beginning part, those mantras in the beginning, all these things comes under the area of Saraswati. So if we don't do those things, we can't manifest anything from the Sri Sukta. Sri Sukta, direct element of Lakshmi, but in order to manifest anything from this Lakshmi element, we need Saraswati and that Durga part. Okay, so that's why it's Sankalpa, in between all mantras, and then Sri Sukta, and then Dashanshavan, all these things are clubbed together. When you use them together, then you can see the manifestation. Okay, so that's why whenever you recommend any remedies or whenever you do remedies for yourself, just think about the remedies. Is there any elements of Durga and Saraswati and Lakshmi? Obviously, you will find Durga element because you want to manifest something. So that thought process is Durga itself. And the final outcome which you need, that is the Lakshmi. In between these, you need that Lakshmi, that Saraswati part, that knowledge part. Okay. And the beautiful thing is that knowledge constructs in your consciousness. Knowledge comes in your consciousness. So that knowledge of remedy, the basic principle, basic element is very required in order to manifest Lakshmi thing. So in this Diwali, whatever remedies you do it, but before remedy, just try to understand the basic elements, that Saraswati part, and then do remedies. If you're doing Saraswati, so before doing Sri Sukta, just understand the basic element, basic concept of Sri Sukta, basic meaning, then do Sri Sukta. Then you will see manifestation. So the principle is you have to include all these three Devi, and they work in the triennial form. If you want to apply these things in your chart, just read triennial from every house, and then you can suggest remedy. So if you're suggesting remedy for 10th house, the element of second house and sixth house is must. Then only you can see the perfect remedy for your 10th house. Like this, we can do remedies for Lakshmi. Saraswati element is must.